It is the morning of 7th November 2000, just before the building opens. Inside the Millennium Dome, space fractures in an instant. A bright yellow JCB earth mover bursts through the perimeter wall of the money zone. Concrete folds inward under the force of impact. Metal shears apart, bending where it was never meant to move. Dust surges through the air, rolling outward across the exhibition floor. The machine forces itself fully inside the dome's interior space. It stops only after breaching the sidewall that protects the diamond vault. The noise lingers, echoing inside the vast structure long after the impact ends. 4 masked men are inside the excavator. They are wearing heavy body armor. Their faces remain hidden behind masks and visors. They jump down into the wreckage. Their boots land among broken concrete and twisted metal. Smoke bombs are triggered immediately. Thick white smoke spreads outward, expanding across the vault area. Visibility collapses almost at once. The air becomes dense, blinding, disorienting. Alarms begin to sound inside the dome. The noise cuts through the smoke and dust. It continues without pause. Through the smoke stands a reinforced glass display. Inside it are rare diamonds from De Beers. Among them is the Millennium Star, described by experts as priceless. A nail gun fires into the glass. Metal bolts strike reinforced panels again and again. A sledgehammer follows, raised and swung with force. The case begins to fail. Cracks spread across the surface. The men believe the final barrier is giving way. Then the vault floods with armed police. Guns are raised into the smoke. Commands are shouted over the alarms. The 4 men stop moving. The raid ends before the diamonds are even touched. How did the largest diamond robbery ever attempted collapse at the moment it appeared to succeed? The Millennium Dome was built as a centerpiece of the year 2000 celebrations. It stood in Greenwich, London, designed to showcase modern life. Inside the dome was a diamond exhibition run by De Beers. The display contained some of the rarest diamonds in the world. Their combined value was estimated at roughly £350 million. At the center of the display sat the Millennium Star. Its value could not be easily calculated. Experts described it simply as priceless. For a group of experienced British criminals, the dome became a focal point. The crew included Lee Wenham, Raymond Ray Betson, William Bill Cockram, Robert Bob Adams, and Terence Terry Millman. They were drawn by a single calculation. If the diamonds could be taken, the reward would be enormous. The payoff promised a life-changing result. Their interest did not remain abstract or theoretical. Over time, it became systematic and deliberate. The gang conducted repeated visits at the dome. They returned to the diamond exhibition again and again. They studied its layout, its positioning, its protections. They covertly videotaped the display. While the gang studied the dome, police attention was sharpening elsewhere. Kent police were already focused on Lee Wenham. In March 2000, Wenham's father purchased Tong Farm near Horsmond in Kent. The farm was bought for £220,000 in cash. Police suspected links to organized crime activity. Officers observed stolen vehicles being taken to the property. They chose not to intervene immediately. Arrests were deliberately delayed. Police believed a larger operation was forming. They wanted to see where it led. That belief hardened on 7th July 2000. A Securicorps armored van carrying £8.7 million was ambushed in Aylesford, Kent. The attack was carefully coordinated. A blue transit van blocked the front of the armored vehicle. An articulated lorry blocked the rear, trapping it in place. The guards were threatened with what appeared to be explosive devices. Those devices were later found to be fake. Hydraulic cables were cut, immobilizing the vehicle. Cutting equipment was applied to the rear doors. An articulated lorry fitted with a metal spike reversed twice. A hole was punched into the back of the van. The cash came close to being reached. Then the robbery was abandoned. Witnesses alerted police to the scene. The gang escaped using a speedboat on the River Medway. Forensic work followed the failed robbery. Police examined items recovered from abandoned vehicles. Testing continued for nearly 10 weeks. Saliva found on rubber gloves matched Lee Wenham's DNA. One vehicle carried a message scratched into metal. It said, "Persistent, aren't we?" That phrase linked the Aylesford attempt to an earlier Nine Elms raid. Surveillance on Wenham intensified. Police initially expected another Securicorps depot to be targeted. Instead, they observed a shift in focus. Wenham began visiting the Millennium Dome. He paid particular attention to the diamond exhibition. He was also observed assisting in the preparation of a JCB digger. Police later observed speedboat testing connected to the plan. The indicators were changing. The target was becoming unmistakable. By September 2000, Wenham, Betson, and Cockram were seen loitering near the dome. To investigators, the pattern aligned. Momentum was now moving toward the dome itself. As autumn approached, preparations accelerated. The gang assembled equipment specifically suited for a smash-and-grab operation. A JCB excavator was stolen. It was modified to carry 4 people inside the machine. It was adapted to ram through solid walls. At least 2 rigid-hulled speedboats were secured for escape. One pilot, Kevin Meredith, was recruited only days before the raid. Weapons were gathered deliberately. Smoke grenades were prepared for cover. A nail gun was selected to weaken the security glass. Sledgehammers were chosen for brute force. Ammonia was obtained for use against guards. 4 core members prepared heavy body armor and gas masks. As preparations advanced, police pressure increased. The Metropolitan Police Flying Squad took operational control. Kent Police continued wider surveillance and planning. About 5 weeks before the raid, police made a critical move. They quietly alerted the New Millennium Experience Company. They also informed De Beers. This warning allowed extraordinary countermeasures. Perfect fake diamonds were commissioned. On high-risk days, real gems would be replaced with replicas. The gang remained unaware of this safeguard. Their first attempt came in early October 2000. It failed before the plan could unfold. A speedboat malfunctioned at the last minute. The attempt was aborted. Undercover officers observed but did not intervene. A second attempt followed on the 6th of November 2000. Again, the plan was called off. The Thames tide was too low. The gang retreated once more. With tide conditions improving, investigators reached a conclusion. 7 November 2000 would be decisive. All units were positioned accordingly. They placed the staff with police and changed the real diamonds with the identical fake ones. The setup was complete. The morning begins quietly inside the Millennium Dome. Staff move through routine preparations. The building has not yet opened to the public. Outside, the stolen JCB approaches the structure. Its bright yellow frame is unmistakable against the grounds. The engine accelerates as it moves forward. The moment arrives. The JCB smashes through the perimeter fence. It continues without slowing. It drives directly into the side wall of the money zone. Concrete collapses inward. Dust and debris erupt into the air. The machine forces its way fully inside. From outside, the breach appears violent and sudden. From inside, it is deafening and disorienting. The structure absorbs the impact, then falls briefly silent. The excavator stops. 4 masked men are inside the cab and bucket. They climb down into the wreckage. From their position, the vault is only steps away. From the police position, the trigger has been pulled. One of the robbers ignites a smoke bomb and throws it towards the inside. Thick white smoke pours outward across the vault. The air becomes opaque almost immediately. Time seems to slow inside the space. Movement becomes fragmented and partial. Visibility drops to almost nothing. A chaotic scene unfolds just like they planned. Procedurally, the next step begins. 2 men move toward the glass display. The others remain positioned nearby. William Cockram fires the nail gun. Bolts slam repeatedly into reinforced glass. The surface begins to weaken under pressure. Robert, Bob the Builder, raises the sledgehammer. The first blow lands. The second blow shatters a large opening. From the gang's perspective, the barrier fails with ease. From the security perspective, the breach is the signal. The men believe the diamonds are within reach. One of the men later reflects this as 12 inches from payday. They did not know the diamonds were fake. They did not know officers were waiting for them. Just when they thought the victory was so close, everything changed. The vault floods with armed police. Dozens of flying squad members emerge from cover. They had been disguised as dome staff and maintenance workers. Guns are raised. Commands are issued clearly. The space becomes sealed and inescapable. From every angle, exits are blocked. The vault becomes a dead end. The trap closes completely. The four men stop moving. They are ordered to the floor. They are handcuffed at gunpoint. No shots are fired. No one is injured. The heist ends in seconds. Before the men can even touch the fake diamonds. The diamonds inside are replicas. The real Millennium Star is elsewhere. The central objective is already unreachable. At the same time, arrests unfold beyond London. Kent police execute coordinated raids. By mid-morning, officers storm Tong Farm. Lee Wenham is arrested at his farmhouse. He appears a little surprised to see police there. The planning, preparation, and anticipation end together. The break is complete. The dome is sealed off briefly. Police secure the scene inside the money zone. Smoke canisters, shattered glass, and the abandoned JCB remain. Investigators process the area carefully. By late morning, the dome reopens to visitors. The building is declared secure. Police confirm the real diamonds were never endangered. No individuals were physically harmed. Detective John Shatford praises the operation. He states that without the sting, hundreds of millions worth of diamonds would have been lost. In November 2001, all the members of the robbery stood trial at the Old Bailey. The judge commends the police for an extremely professional operation. The flying squad receives widespread recognition. The case enters British criminal history. The Millennium Dome raid is remembered as the greatest robbery that never was. Its outcome is clear. What remains is a question of inevitability. Was the raid ever viable, or was it already lost long before the glass shattered?